It is a very hot Sunday in July and we're moored at Brickhouse Basin, and we got there Friday afternoon and it's really lovely, so we decided to stay for the weekend. And I'll show you Brighouse a bit later on in the video because it's the sort of place you're always looking for on a boat. In the meantime, we're taking the chance to go for a walk. We're in woods at the moment, which is nice and cool, and we're on the Calderdale Way and we're doing part of what's called the Brighouse Boundary Walk. So all around here for miles and miles, encircling the towns, are moors and hills and dales, and we're going to make the most of them over the next few weeks. So we're not going to move very far, especially as it's so hot. There's a heat wave this week. We're going to keep our mileage down and do some walking and hopefully some swimming. So come with us. Coming across a very abandoned house, and in there an even more abandoned car. Spooky. In Yorkshire you get walls and houses built of this beautiful sandy coloured stone, and it looks great up here. Sometimes down south you see houses clad in it and it never looks very good, but here it's perfectly in its place in the vernacular. We're using the Ordnance Survey app on my phone for this walk, which I've learned to interpret better than this time last year. Not very high yet, still in the foothills. This is what happens when you wear shorts. Oh, back out in the park. So this gives you a good idea of Brickhouse Basin. Over on the left there are paid for moorings, and on the right, past those lock gates, is the basin where we are. Very popular island in the middle there. There's been very merry parties since we got here on Friday, so it's obviously a meeting spot. And then through here and over the bridge there's more visitor moorings, so it's very welcoming to boats here. Now Brighouse is a place that has turned to face the canal, which makes it great for the visiting boat. The boardwalk along the side of the canal has lots of outdoor sitting, and there's a chippy at the back where people can buy their fish and chips and enjoy them by the canal. And there's lots of green planting in these raised boxes along the side here. At the back there's a market and this great tavern, a proper old-fashioned tavern, which was busy. And although the market isn't brilliant, it makes up for it in the high street, which has everything that you want: the butchers, the bakers and the greengrocers. On the canal there's some really nice pubs, something for everyone. We had a great meal at this pub here, and right next door is the biggest climbing wall you've ever seen. Goes right the way up there. And for the hips there's Mamil Cafe, where we spent a great afternoon listening to music.
Yeah, keep me by your side, lead me through this sweet dream of life. Should the heavens fall, the ground beneath the shade, if the world should end.
On the hill outside Brighouse is Adam Smith Gallery with some fabulous paintings. This is the Gypsy, and this is Lowry-esque. I love the way the men are represented just with a cap and a pipe. And there's an exhibition of local artists called the Calderdale Grid, and Calderdale was divided into sections and each artist represented it. Meanwhile, back at the basin, the hot sun was encouraging the young lads and the drunk lads to all get in the water. Well, it's Monday morning and we've just left Brighouse after a lovely weekend there, and we've come up a lock and the pound was so low. Well, I got completely stuck on the corner. There was not enough water in the pound and there was a stream coming out from the side which has silted it all up. And the poor boat has been making horrible noises, and we've had to have 3 men pull us off, and we've had to let water down from the 2 next locks. And now the prop is completely fouled, and so I'm floating her to the next lock. Oh, it's making a horrible noise. And then once we've got her in the lock, Henry can go down the weed hatch and clear it. We have to get the bikes off the back to get easily into it. Oh, blimey, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. At least I'll know about that corner on the way back. And that is what people chuck in the canal. When after the stress of this morning and it being a super hot day, we found this amazing little spot. It's got a special name. The people who are moored in front of us know it. I've forgotten now, but it's sort of a well-known, or not a well-known secret. You can't access it from the road very easily, and it's on the opposite side to the towpath, and it's this lovely little ferny glade. Unfortunately, getting into it, poor Henry fell off the bike, sort of fell off the boat again with his bike, so that was just like the end of a perfect morning, really. And then we realised that we'd left our mooring pins back where we'd moored earlier, so he had to fight his way through these bushes to go back and get them. But all is calm now this afternoon. We're having dinner outside. His wet clothes from the canal are drying off, and all is calm. And this is a lovely spot. It was almost worth it. I've heard about ducks and swans doing that. They go in your slipstream and they get pulled along. This today is a guillotine lock, which we've not come across before. We have to go through this weird medieval passage first. off, it would do it painfully slowly.
Well, as long as both top paddle works, it works fine. Yes, they are coming in 3 months to replace the sill when we're back into stocking season.
Well, another day, another walk, and this time we're at Sowerby Bridge. It's spelt like Sowerby, but the locals pronounce it Sowerby. We've come up high very quickly today, and that over there is where the very edges of Halifax come down to meet Sowerby Bridge. And we're still climbing. Right at the top of the hill, we found this perfect place to sit and put your feet. I just found a little newt in the water with me.
It's out in the open. No, mind you, birds probably don't go for them.
H reckons these are Vikings headstones. We can't quite figure out what they're for, really. I mean, a fence, but it seems like timber would be easier, or would have been easier. And as we near our destination, we enter the deepest lock on the whole network.
Rain soon.
Further ahead you go today?
Hebden Bridge.
Oh, we're going all the way Hebden Bridge as well.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot bit easier, doesn't it?
But they're single locks, aren't they, the next ones?
Are they?
Apparently so.
That's
what she said.
I thought the Rochdale was abroad.
Oh, I'll ask her again.
Well, if they are, we'll wait.
Have a look, if not. Yeah. There is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
To Hebden, is that?
Yeah. Are they wide locks or narrow?
Right, so they are built wide locks.
Yeah.
But locks 5, the next one, and 7
Yeah.
have bowed.
Oh,
So you have to go through one at a time,
Okay.
otherwise
Okay.
you won't come out again. You might get in, but you won't necessarily come back out.
okay.
So yeah, the first one is about 3/4 of an hour away.
Okay. So it's 5 and 7 that are
5 and 7.
5 and
Yeah,
7,
so single, double, single, double. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
and
go through and then wait for you.
Yeah.
And we'll go through and wait for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
How will we know them?
And it's 3
Because it's
o'clock
the-
they get locked up, isn't it, at the minute? Yeah. And you don't
If you
need...
do struggle with water,
Yeah.
don't try and solve it yourself. Ring us.
All right.
Just ring Canal River Trust and we'll come and solve it. We might know what's going on further
Okay.
up.
Yeah, actually we've had a bit.
We are finally coming up to our destination for this year, which is Hebden Bridge. Very excited to go there. I've wanted to visit there for ages, and I feel it's going to be the sort of place that will be right up our street, so we'll see. We've just come through the dual lock, which is manned all the time, and you have to book it to come through, or go through the lock keeper. It's the deepest lock in Britain, and in fact you get a certificate to say that you've been through it. 6 meters, really big. We're back onto a very narrow canal now. We're on the Rochdale Canal, and we're going to be staying up here for a few weeks. We've got some friends visiting, so I'm keeping an eye out for nice mooring spots that we can come down to with them, and winding holes, because this is not the sort of canal you could wind on if you're not in a proper winding hole. I've just seen a really nice pub called the Brandy Wine down there, and on the side of it it's got Nutty Nana's tea room, so that's definitely going to be a visit at some point. So another few miles to Hebden Bridge, a few more locks, and then we've got a couple behind us, Liam and Nikki, who we're going to do the locks with. They've got a really interesting boat, project boat, which they're living on and doing up as they go along. I really like to see those. It's nice to see practical people making nice things. So let's see what today brings. First view of Hebden Bridge. Boats are leaning over, low water. Well, big problem here because we can't get into the side, it's too low. So we're going to try to go through the next lock and see if we can moor on the other side. Henry's testing the depth of water up there, but I keep getting stuck. And we finally found somewhere to moor, right outside a cafe where we can literally put our hand out for a coffee. And everything around here is as lovely as I hoped it would be. Anyway, this video's run on long enough, so I'll say bye for now, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.